All right. Steve and I are going to do a European Championship wrap up here. And, behind the scenes, we had a very heated conversation before we hit record. So I'm trying to flip this switch to happiness.
Oh,
It's not
geez.
easy. But anyway, we had some great quarterfinal games,
Oh my God.
European Championships. I have to say, this is an entertaining tournament.
I
You
just
say
love it. I
tournament?
love soccer. I love soccer. I
Yeah.
love the Euros. I'm having such a good summer with this.
Is it? Do you say tournament or tournament?
I say tournament. Tournament sounds like sounds dumb.
Have you heard people say that? I know I've heard people say that many a time.
Really?
Tournament.
Tournament?
Yeah. You've
Oh my,
never heard, maybe it's an East End thing. I don't
you
know.
ruined me. All I'm going to do is listen. I'm going to ask people all day today how to say it.
You know what? Comment below. If you say tournament, give us
Yeah.
a reason why you say that, because
Yeah.
that's
Even
unacceptable.
record yourself. You might not know you say it.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. So let's kick it off.
Yeah.
Spain, Switzerland, 1-1, goes to penalties. But I'm just gonna say this before I throw it to you. I'll tell you right now, the penalties, like Switzerland had the advantage right away, Spain missed. Is it a new found thing that people try and be too clever in penalties? I thought Switzerland were trying to do these like crazy things. Oh my god, that was
That's
outrageous.
amazing. I'm
Was
keeping it
that
on. My wife like, uh-oh, didn't expect that.
was that post shower?
No, she just went for a walk.
Oh, I thought she was in a like a towel.
No, no, no,
Oh
no.
wow,
Man,
that just shook me.
that's
Anyway,
amazing. Yeah,
what are
no,
these
there
stupid
people are trying to
penalties?
be too smart. Just get up there, hit your penalty, and away you go. I thought in the France game, I noticed that all four shooters took a deep breath, paused, ran up and did their shot. Mbappe just ran and did a shot. He didn't take his pause, and then the Swiss guys too, like with the stutter and all that kind of thing, like just hit it,
Yeah,
just put it in,
just
put it on
yeah,
target, and they nailed all theirs the last round. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's weird.
crazy to me. Just if you're nervous, just put your foot through it. Just I don't know, like this stutter step, trying to be clever and then gently. I don't know. It killed me because I wanted them to win, and I'll tell you, the guy who deserved to win the most is Jan Sommer, the keeper for Switzerland. Different level for me.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament. I actually like. I don't think his kicking's that good. Like I'm gonna be Jay right now. I actually think
Yeah,
he's like a bit of a liability with his kicking. There's times like 3 or 4 times in the game I saw him doing this and the players.
yeah,
But yeah, like at the end of the day, all you want is a guy to keep the ball out of the net. That's the number one
yeah.
priority. He did amazing. I feel bad for them. Like I'm gonna tick off all the Spaniards like we've continued to do. It's the most boring Spain team. I don't like them. I don't enjoy them. I in the past I was rooting for them. I was like, yes, come on, Iniesta. And yeah, Torres, I love him, and Villa. And I don't know. I don't
I
like
know.
them. I just don't like them. That's all it is. And they're in the semis and they could win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's just boring.
Yeah, maybe that's what they needed. No more of this Spain is the greatest Spain, this generation, this, that. Now they're under the radar and they're just winning.
I don't know. I disagree. When they were unbelievable, they won. That was
Yeah,
the amazing
no, for
generation.
sure.
It
But
feels
this
like
group,
Spain is
yeah,
Italy and Italy's Spain. Spain's like
it's
boring. No
true.
one likes them. They don't want them to go
Yeah,
through. They're just there again. And you're like, how are they there? And then Italy's like swashbuckling, entertaining,
yeah,
scoring
it's
goals. Like
true.
I'm having a hard time making jokes with my Italian friends because I actually enjoy watching Italy a lot.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
I'm
That's a
gutted for
great call.
Spinazzola.
Oh my God, I know. And for me, the most gutted human on earth for him right now is Mourinho. Like, imagine how happy he was taking over Roma, being like, my left back is set for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
top level.
Yeah.
That's the thing with these tournaments. As a club manager, you
Gutted.
probably watch like this
Yes.
and be like, just get through the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
devastating.
he it's like 6 to 8 months. Like it's a big one.
Yeah, yeah, that's brutal. But anyway, speaking of Italy,
So we got that
they
wrong. We both picked Switzerland.
yeah, we both took. Did we take Switzerland?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
both
think
of us
we
got
both did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So close. And actually, I got this one right. I think I took Italy, and you took Belgium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
but
Belgium,
anyway,
Italy.
Italy, Belgium, 2-1, Italy, and frankly, for me, it really wasn't even in, and maybe it sounds weird, but it wasn't in doubt. I just found once Italy scored, I was like,
Italy seemed
this is it.
better. Like Belgium were super, super good on counters. De Bruyne getting balls into Lukaku. That new kid Doku was just insane. So
Oh,
like they had
19,
such
that kid.
what's that?
He's 19.
I know he's amazing. Like they had such good. They were such a threat. They just weren't a threat
Yeah.
enough, and they didn't have the ball enough, and they couldn't. They just couldn't keep Italy out.
Yeah.
Italy's good, man. Like they're
Yeah.
just
Can I say, maybe Belgium, they were getting a lot of love because they can attack like crazy. I look at their back line every game and I'm like, Vertonen, the Spurs let go for nothing. He's playing for Benfica, Alder Valdevardi, whatever, Alderwild. I
yeah.
don't even know how to say his name, but like, he's not fantastic, I would say. I just find maybe that's what their Achilles heel was. And I mean, they're so dynamic up front right now that they couldn't handle them.
I think for Belgium, you're probably right. They went to a back three, probably to be a little more solid there, and then with wing backs
Yeah.
and Witzel and Tielemans were basically two shielding midfielders, two amazing shielding
I
midfielders.
love Witzel. Oh,
Yeah, Witzel's such a good player, classy. So that's why I was kind of picking them a little. Like they were a little more pragmatic and then catching people. Without Hazard, they didn't have a chance. Like I don't think that not enough people were creating other than Doku and De Bruyne. And De Bruyne's probably still got a knock. He's probably not
yeah.
100% for sure. So it sucks because I don't know. I went with my heart and that I want that generation to have a trophy. I just feel they deserve it.
Yeah.
But like let's talk development really quickly. Like they blew up all these kids and amazing, but like how do you do that final piece in the development of taking a nation that's not really won and putting them over the hump? How do you become like a hardened Italy and Spain or that gets through? Like that's
Yeah.
that's an interesting one because their model's been unbelievable. So
Yeah, it's true. That's a good question. And Lukaku, for me, Lukaku's like an absolute star. But man, he missed those chance. Like it's just, I just kept seeing like, well, that's Lukaku, summed up in a nutshell. Just can't get it done. But I'm like, you know what? I'll take him on any team I produce in the entire universe. I love him. But that was a bad miss.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was. So do I agree with you. I think probably the comparison that we're giving him is there's zero doubt how good he is, but is he
yeah.
that like extra like game breaker type? Is he like a top 5 in the world? Is he a Lewandowski? Is he a Ronaldo? He's probably a step below that level,
Yeah. I
which
would
is
have to
still
agree.
insane.
Yeah, for sure. Now, as much as we love Italy, did that Immobile, I'm sure the memes have ripped, like, did that sour you on them a bit? Because I'll tell you what, like, it actually enraged me. There's one thing of, feigning a little bit and that kind of thing, gamesmanship, whatever. It happens everywhere. But that's brutal, is it not? Like, was that
Pretty
bad?
bad. It's pretty bad.
Would you
What?
have gotten up or would you have stayed down?
Smart for that. I'm telling the world I'm smart and immobile or like, but I am. I'm cagey. I lie on the ground and I make the trainer come out
Yeah.
because I want the penalty to make it 2-0. I don't want to blow it now. Like if I'm a
Yeah,
ref, like get lost, buddy.
exactly.
The thing is with Italy, and my son nailed it, and he just watches like my oldest, but he watched towards the end, and they reverted right back to old Italy. Like they were clearing off the line. They were toe poking the ball away from a player before he took a throw in. They were like
Yeah.
doing whatever it was to waste the time. I told my son, like, you know what, you may hate it, but they're gonna win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, you got it. That's what it is. This, it's winning,
Yeah.
win. And we're contradicting ourselves with Spain right now because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
bored us
so
to
much,
death,
but not
and
with
they're
Spain. But
winning.
not with Spain.
Yeah, exactly. But Spain's not allowed.
No.
But yeah, no, it's true. It's
Yeah,
true. And it's unfortunate they had to meet so early. To be honest, I don't know if
I
it
agree.
had something to do with this third place grouping. Can we just go back to the 2-2
I
and
like to
that kind of thing? Like,
too.
I don't know. And even though it helped Ukraine get to the quarters, it's dumb. So let's jump to that the next game, Czechs and Denmark, and it kind of goes back to what we said last show. For me, this Dolberg kid for Denmark is having his breakout party, and when he goes back to France this year and plays, I have a feeling he's going to destroy and he's going to have a big move. So this guy, you can tell he's an like a real player, real player.
He's got lots of quality. Didn't he? Did he go to AC Milan early and then came back to Rennes in France or whatever? Like, is that what happened to him, or he went to
He
Ajax
did.
first and then?
Yeah, he was Ajax and then came to
Yeah,
France, but he had like COVID twice and broke
that's right. You're
something and
saying.
this and yeah, it was the flip side. I'll chuck to you was Schick, who scored for the Czechs as well. He's the one who went to Roma. They let him go. Now he's in Germany, and now AC Milan are in for
That's
him
right.
right now. Yeah, these two strikers though,
Very
they're
good
quality.
strikers. Yeah, like and you can tell their oozing ability. You see it every time they touch the ball. You can just tell when a player can play soccer and his body moves the right way and his
Yeah,
the two of them have it. I thought this was a fascinating game actually. I was way more into it than I thought I would be. I kind of thought maybe I'm going to go and cut the lawn in the halftime and miss part of the second half or something.
yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I thought Denmark dominated first half. I thought Czechs came out and really like they didn't go down easy. They dominated the second, to be honest,
yeah,
and really gave themselves a good account of what we've been saying of them. Because I thought actually Denmark was going to run away with it.
yeah.
I love both teams. It's hard to like. I just really love I love Damsgaard. I love that wing back who played the outside of the right foot cross to Dahlberg there. That Mayer or
Yeah.
whatever. That guy is
Yeah,
a
I can't pronounce it. Yeah, he's
good player, man.
they're littered with good players, Denmark. They really
Yeah,
are.
it's maybe like they had the two losses and the Ericsson thing rocked them, and maybe they're riding that wave a little bit, but they're also just good.
Yeah,
Like it's not
exactly.
too much of a surprise, although it
Yeah,
is. Czech, you nailed the Czechs. They're just technically good and always there
yeah.
and battle hardened.
That's it. And they'll just fight to the death. It's
Oh,
hard to beat teams like that.
can we talk about? I need to talk about a guy I hate though. The guy who came on for them second half and made a difference. Really, the striker. I can't remember his name. They put
I
this.
don't remember his
I
name.
hated him. He was awful. Like everything he did made me mad. I hated him so much. He was
I
like a
love it.
pantomime villain to me. He was like kind
I
of
love
bald. He
it.
almost looked like a biker in a way. Like it's like,
Yeah, they just
oh,
found him from like a punk club and like
yeah. And
a
he just went in. He's like, I'm gonna just
stupid
kill
club.
everybody and do stupid stuff and yell at the
Yeah,
ref and like, oh, I hated
yeah.
him.
I love that. I love when anybody, even if you're sitting alone, I think in one out of two or three games you find someone and just you pick on him,
Yeah,
even if he does like just everything,
yeah.
and it's great. Sometimes that makes it more fun.
It totally does.
England, Ukraine, we're going to skim by this real quick
Yes.
because that was absolute shit. And I'm going to say the S word live on the air because that was brutal. Ukraine did not, at like, I love Ukraine and have some Ukrainian blood, but that was disgraceful. They didn't deserve to be there if that's what they came out with.
Well, first
Yeah.
half they did. First half they fought. First half they came back towards the end. They gave a good account of themselves. I thought second half was really poor. Like the foul right off the bat was a stupid foul right at the
Yeah.
beginning of the second half. Then they didn't really defend it. And you got to defend Maguire. He's a friggin' bull.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat it because it's out of respect to you for sure. And then it was just done. Like, let's be honest, we'll give England credit too. Like, England was
Yeah.
really good. England, like, you're playing a good team. If you're going to give them any inch, they're going to take it. They did. The last 25 minutes was like a fixed match. It was basically one team saying to the other, we're not going to score anymore.
Yeah.
And the other team saying, don't embarrass us anymore. And England just being happy to get out of there with no injuries.
Yeah, well, that's where I had a problem with it. Is like we were just talking about the Czechs, and before
Yeah.
that, how the Eastern European teams will fight to the death. Didn't see it with Ukraine.
No.
Fight until the
No.
90th. I don't care about
No.
this. Let's just hurt some England players. Like get in. I don't care. Be mad. I didn't see anybody upset, and
Yeah.
that bothers me a
Yeah,
lot.
it didn't look it. You're right. Like the Czechs were down 2-0 at half. Could have been a beating, and they came out and totally turned the wave of momentum. And Ukraine actually had momentum heading into halftime, and it came out the opposite. And then just like you said, just kind of limped through the finish. So let's go Southgate to stop making you mad though. He got off both his center mids that had yellows. He got Kane out early to rest him. He got Sterling out early to rest him. And I guess I don't know, Luke Shaw, who is just unbelievable again. He got him a rest. Like it's like then he got Henderson on, who's arguably a starter. Like I'm not just saying that as a Liverpool homer. I wouldn't change it. I'm not saying start him, but he is scores. Like could it have gone more perfect for him?
Yeah, and he played Sancho too.
And he played Sancho, and then in the press, why did he play Grealish?
yeah, exactly.
Poor guy, man.
Like,
Poor guy.
man, he can't win. He can't win no matter what. He destroys a quarterfinal game, and that's what he gets for that.
Sir Ralph Ramsey and Gareth Southgate, the only managers to take England to 2 semifinals.
Yeah, he'll never get respect. No matter, he could win the trophy.
You think
and
so?
they'll be like, he lifted it wrong. He lifted it completely wrong, this idiot.
Bobby Moore never did that.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's that. And so Spain and Italy, which I think that's that's two massive countries. That'll be fantastic. And Ukraine, Denmark. Hold on, let me wake up real quick. England, Denmark will also be absolutely fascinating. And it's funny because I'll be happy if either team comes out of there. If Denmark get to the final and England get to the final, kind of two happy sides.
Yeah, it's tough not to. You can't be like, oh, I'm ticked off Denmark won. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go Italy, England, just because I don't like Spain. But I'm not gonna be shocked if they get there. I think England have too much at the end of the day for Denmark. Again, I won't be shocked if Denmark win, but I'll be a little more shocked than Spain beating Italy for sure.
Yeah.
I just think Denmark have these pieces that are dangerous that like might test England a little bit more at the back, which is interesting.
For sure. I'm going to go. I think Spain's going to win because I don't really want them to. And England will win because Southgate's terrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, with all that said, thanks for tuning in. We'll come back with a semifinal recap, I guess, when it's done.